Hello there, I am Jamie and this is Tradespotting, where we cover GME, that's GameStop, and AMC. If you've got any questions about either, feel free to ask me, or if you want to know anything about technical analysis or a ticker of your choice, just let me know.
It's not so long ago that the sound hit the nation. Every Saturday night on your favorite radio. The passion, and the hype is so strong. Throw your hands in the air, lift your head up high. You know you gotta sing along. Don't you know? It's not so long ago that the sound hit the nation. Every Saturday night on your favorite radio. The party's jumping, yeah, and the vibe feels so strong. Throw your hands in the air, lift your head up high. You know you've got to sing along. Oh, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Got to pump it up. Don't you know? Got to pump it up.
Yeah, so got it back there, excellent. Thanks very much for all the help there with the audio and for everybody for letting me know, especially yourself, H, that the sound was fucked. That's excellent. That's what we like. We've got the best mods around here. Give it to you straight. Thanks, H. And as you can see now, the mic is back. Yes, it went off. It went back on again. It's all go around here. Woo, exciting. Exciting. Ooh, so, we're going to look at the charts, GME, AMC, and anything else you'd like me to look at. So let's see how many people are here. Nearly enough. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. Yummy, yummy. Hit the like button. Woo, and stuff. But yeah, hit it.
whispers and cheats that manifested. Words and the lies that you speak. I've been infected with restless whispers and cheats that manifested. Words and the lies that you speak. I've been infected. Because I played the fool for you. 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 Because I played the I've been infected with restless whispers and cheats that manifested. Words and the lies that you speak. I've been infected with restless whispers and cheats that manifested. Words and the lies that you speak. I've been infected. That manifested. I've been infected. That manifested.
Hey, I did it again. Good for me, eh? 2 out of 2. Congratulations, Jamie. Trolling myself all out here. Thanks, Daniel. That's a really kind offer. It's appreciated. I would give you those P.O. box details now if I knew them, but I don't. I should do. It's my name. My name? No. My part of town. It's in my part of town, Unreasonable Land. Somewhere out there. Over the rainbow. It's on to be in 5 months. Fucking hell, Daniel. Time flies. Blimmin' heck. Every time, that's right, Bloodshot. Every time. Without fail, every single time. So as you can see, we've got a slightly different setup here. Forced on me by the technical difficulties that we experience in Unreasonable Land. As you can see, there's Budi Cam. He's been joined by Stock Puppet, and there's a computer in the background as well. And then you've got the prices and the ticker and the this interesting fellow. I should really have started that, shouldn't I? Click here, hit start. That may or may not be useful to some people. May or may not. And back to the chart. Okay, excellent news. So I could easily use a GME squeeze. I feel slighted by GME. Possibly, hope not by myself. I hope you haven't feel slighted. And we're hot for you. How hot for you? How hot for you are we talking here? Hot for you? How hot for you are we talking here? Hot for you? Sounds good. Thank you very much for joining up as a member. Hot for you. Speaking of people being hot for you, I got a date offer on Saturday. This girl who's been on TV, she lives in Scotland. She lives about 27 miles away, according to the app that introduced us. Oh, there it is. Wolfic Doomslayer. Thank you so much. I'll pin it there for the lactating edibles. Can I pin it? Is that a feature that it allows? What about it, YouTube, huh? What about a wee pin? Some pinning on the go. Can I do that? Aye. So I got an offer of a date. So I'll see if I'm got the energy for her or not. I have ignored the particular dating app since I agreed to this meeting, which is it's very off-putting. Any sort of organisation like that is extremely off-putting. I find it to be anyway. And so, like I say, I hate organisation. Back to the charts. Oh, back to those charts.
Correct and whip.
Give the pass a slip.
Step on the quick.
Break
3 out of 3. 3 out of 3. Ain't bad, huh? 3 out of 3 ain't bad. Can he beat it with a big stick? Can he beat it with a big stick? Live it round these parts, these unreasonable parts. So, speaking of parts, Wolfric, was it? No, it was Homer I've written down. NTS. There's a ticker that we'll take a look at. We'll take a look at your ticker for you, Homer. How about that, Homer, eh? How about it? So, anybody else got any suggestions? Wolfric, are you going to take her for a canal ride? It is the wrong season for it, Wolfric. My lord Wolfric, I have no idea what I'm going to do with her. She said she's driving in. She lives 27 miles away. She says she's driving in. It's like, driving in, because we arranged to meet at 9 o'clock at night. You're driving in, are you? It's a bit presumptuous of you. That's what I think. That's what I immediately felt was like, that's a little bit presumptuous. Maybe I'll just call this off. Which is what I thought as soon as I arranged it. Like, is actually as I was hitting the last character, way before I even hit send, I was like, I'll be cancelling this, by the way. This is not happening. Send. Yeah. So, what are we looking at? What else? NTS ATER from Apes. Ape of Moon Street. ATER. ATER. Never let it be said that I'm not nice to people from Moon Street now, okay? All you fucking fannies that live down on Moon Street, you know Tradespotting's good to you, don't you? Ape. For Moon Street. What's your postcode down there in Moon Street? GTFO. MG. Any. Nice try. Nice try. Did you ask if she liked scones? No, I didn't ask her much. She was quite eager. Although it doesn't say much on my Tinder profile. It's good to be naked. Could we take a peek? Yes, Miffamigalig naked. Mega Latitla. Latitla bit. We like the matitlet. Mo on 6969X. Nice. I like it. Yeah, Jamie's a big fan. Jamie's a big fan of Moon Street Gang. Have you guys got like a tag or something? Because if you do, I might start doing it around here. Yo. So just put it in chat, you know, exactly as it is. Use the characters as available. Rushy. And we gotta look at Ricey. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. R. What is Ricey? RCEY. What is that? It's a sweet company. Sounds like it. Bet they're fantastic. Let's have a look at them for CD my guy. My man. Had some good news today. Had some bad news. Good news, bad news. One of those days. You know. Monday. Tradespotting's Monday Milk, GME, AMC, NTS, ATER, Naked, and Rolls Royce. Well, what a lovely mix. So I spent the money on the music. Might as well play it. And then we'll get down and dirty with getting down and dirty with it. Have you heard of it, Royce? Have you heard the word? Something. Worm has turned. Right, so we're getting into these charts again. And then we're going to look at these things. I have heard the word. Thank you very much, Sidibangai. Sidibangai, thank you very much. It's appreciated. I've now got the alerts doubling up with a bing bong. Maybe look at CCL. I'll see if I get around to it, Kel. I'll definitely jot it down. Stop lying. We all know you have a Grindr profile. In fact, I spoofed my location to catfish you on it. You're not meeting the person you think you are. Yeah, nah. She's got a verified profile in that, and you'd recognise her if you were Scottish. You'd recognise her, so I think it's her. Patasha is in that. Question is more, is Jamie me on my profile? Because I never bothered verifying it because you have to do these poses to verify, and I'm like, not interested. And then also, all I've got on there is like I didn't even link my Instagram properly because I can't be bothered remembering the password. So it's just I just put the link into my Instagram, and that's the only thing it says. So am I even real? Is there any of you guys even know if I'm even real? Not even one of you knows if I even exist because like bots and that, you know. Maybe this is an experiment and I am just a computer. Maybe I'm just computer generated. Maybe. Yeah. So anyway, look at things are bouncing around. They're doing what you would expect them to do when I look at them. Here's a line. Do you want to go to that line I drew for AMC? That'd be good for everybody if you went and did that. And what else? What else, Jamie? Jamie. There's the GMEs. You could have that on. Hey, it went to its line. See, it was quite obliging. This is the thing with AMC. Like, it just likes to be a pain in the arse. Whereas GME, what? Sweetie little GME. So, into the charts and that. And what did we say? CGI we're getting from the get-go. Got CCL and CGI and AEIOL. That's 3. And I don't know if we can do all. Let's go right down. AEI, CCL, and CGI. Who? The CGI Jamie. CGI JME. Lepton, when your date shows up, answer the door as Stonk Puppet, please and thank you. Fucking, that's funny, especially if I was telling her to go. No, I'm not going to. I've already fucking ruined it because I've put my Instagram link on, and my Instagram links to my YouTube, and so she'll quite possibly be watching right now and have decided to dingy me, which is totally a reasonable attitude to have now. I've just I really have to figure this stuff out. Usually I'm aware of the concept of consequences in that, but today I seem to have messed up there. So that's that. Well, I did have a date planned for Saturday, but I fucked all that up now. So probably no such thing as accidents. That's what they say. On to the charts. also adding to message retracted. Retracted. But how can you retract it, Jen? You paid to send it. How bad could it possibly have been, Jen? Jen, you know you can say anything to me, Jen. Anything at all. Apparently, I can't type. Hey, you don't have to type around here. You don't have to do nothing, Jen. Jamie, would you check out any today? Lots of rumours on this one and short hedge funds. Jen, I think you need to work on your spellings. If you do that again for 99 every time, and we'll just work on your grammar message by message until I'm a millionaire. Weirdly, AMC is the only red of my positions. Yes. Well, we're here to check what position your positions are in, as we always do on Tradespotting. Hey there, positions. How you doing? Not so bad, Jamie. Any blueberries and whipped cream with blueberry syrup? No, I've not got any of that. Oh, no, and. Oh, we're adding that to something else. Well, Kim, sounds like you're having a nice evening, or day, or morning. Who knows? I think it would be clear to say at least it's the afternoon, because that's very much an all-day food, in it. What am I saying? I don't know. I've lost it. I've definitely lost it. I'm going to have to start working on my chat. Okay, here it goes. Working on the chat. Getting better at the chat, especially when I'm not visible, right? That sort of shit would be important. GME. It's on the charts. Coming up, we have, as requested by Jen, any, because apparently there's rumours abound. And then we've got NTS, ATER, NAKD, RYCEY. Possibly we'll get around to AEI, CCL, and CGI. But that sounds like fuckloads of things. And I thought we were all here to have fun. Not make Jamie work like the little Gox hamster. Oh, isn't it fun? And that reminds me of more fun starting on Rocky's channel. If only Rocky's internet worked with the reliability that we have just down here, then you would have been playing ticker bingo. You would have been testing your trading abilities against the Gox hamster. You would have been all sorts of fun shit starting down there. Down there in the Rocky outcrop. Right, we go, so yours your GME up 2 point whatever it is, and then your CLOV's up quite a bit. So we cut that if you did. I don't know what we was doing earlier. I was looking at these things and setting up the new stands and whatnot, because I'm always kicking shit over, which I have noticed is very expensive when you do YouTube stuff. Previously, I could kick shit over and it didn't really matter to me. But now I kick shit over and there goes a week's work. So to stop that happening again, I got these different clamp things, and now all the lights and whatnot, they're all attached to the desk. And so now if one thing goes, instead of me just being annoyed with a little mistake, it'll instead be a catastrophic, cataclysmic, cascading failure. Busy Monday, dropping by, my like, and just swinging in to say hi, I'm freaking jacked. Oh, Jackson de Jackson. He's French, if you didn't know it, Gaston. He's from the region of France called Jacked. And so we call him Senor Jacquestin Gaston Jackson, which is his full name. And as most people know, not just around these parts, he's famous. His name echoes off the mountains when you go up that direction towards them there mountains. You hear it constantly. Gaston, as we call him. If Rocky's internet were as reliable as those Amblebot calls, he'd be unstoppable. Aye, this ambulances need to come with free Wi-Fi. I think that would be a good idea, because then Rocky could just tap into that and we'd be laughing, wouldn't we? Ho, 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 ho. Yeah, no, that's not a joke, but it's sort of approaching one. Tradespotting proving he has been bought. Unreal man, you fanny. Jock Tampson Jr. Jock Tampson Jr. Jock Tampson Jr. Oh no, you've caught me. I have been caught. As most days last week, I was caught last week because someone found out that I'm secretly a shill. Mental, innit? Tradespotting a shill. What's the world coming to? We can't trust anybody nowadays. That's what I thought. As soon as I read it, I was like, fucking hell. If Tradespotting's a shill, I don't know who to trust. And I've still felt like that since to this day. So you can imagine the difficulty of trying to arrange a date with me. On one of my only 2 days off. Tradespotting, my lord. It's not too much to ask. Could you do some tea on Sava, please, lol? I know I ask almost every stream. The dude in Tonto. Well, that makes at least twice that you've asked, because I read it previously silently to myself and no one else, and now I've read it to everyone. So there it is, you've asked, and we could add it to the potential list. Let's add it to the potential list, which is now itself exceedingly large. So as you see, stuff may fall off, but I have got your message. It has been seen. It has even been noted in my memory and the book of record underneath Tradespotting Monday Milk. Well, can't ask for much more than that. You could ask for me to actually look at it. And yeah, as you did, and I may get round to it. Anyway, today's the Monday Milk, the 27th. And people have said to me, they have said, yo, Tradespotting, have you ever bought GME on weed? And I was like, no, I'm very professional. I don't do things like that. Don't be silly. Look at that. It's up back at our line again. We do like it when it obliges us, especially when it hits it 3 times. Because then when it goes on to hit it next time, it's like, just get the fuck out of the way. And that is Technical Analysis as brought to you by Tradespotting. We need a Jamie rant. Let's go. Let's go to the disco. We're going to the disco. We're going to dance about and stand at the edge of the dance floor, not really dancing, with a glass in our hand, because then I'm not, I can't really, I'm being responsible, so I can't quite come onto the dance floor. So I can do this pretend dancing at the edge of the dance floor. Hear me and my AMC dancing, dance, pretend dancing at the edge of the dance floor. A little bit nervous if anyone's looking at me. I do see GME in the middle there, going absolutely hell for leather, enjoying itself even to the shit tunes. And it is quite inspiring, but hey, I'm going to be shy and all awkward here on the edge, and whoa, look at me, and everyone else has been the same. I bought my sister a share of GME for her birthday. What a lovely present that is, she. And she wants to sell it to buy shoes. Shoes? What kind of shoes? But to bing bong her on the head. Nice, good shout, mate. She'll thank me later. She certainly will. She wants to sell it for some shoes. She doesn't seem to understand then, does she? That's such a shame. Happy birthday, and what a lovely present. You're such a good brother. Wow, Chi, good on you. What a legend. Good on you, Chi. Happy birthday to your sister. What a lovely, lovely day it's been for her to have got such a beautiful gift, something that can appreciate and value so much more than shoes. Though she might think shoes are good, they're like a car. So the minute that she puts them on her feet and infects them with all our dead skin, they drop in value considerably, just like that brand new car. As soon as you drive it off the lot and pay that initial tax hit, wow, you really are taking your all your futures and ruining them all in one go at that moment, aren't you? You have to have a really high expendable income and have very healthy cash flow to make those kind of financial decisions. Alternatively, you hold on to that GME share, which your brother so very generously got you. One of the most coveted things around these parts is a share in GME. It gets you a long, long way. It gets you through a lot of doors that no other key will fit. Does a share in GME. It could go to fucking crazy levels and change your life. And I'll tell you what, there ain't no pair of shoes is ever going to do that for you. Nope, there ain't. I tells you, there ain't nothing like it. So yeah, good on you, Shay. What an excellent and even for the suggestion, yeah, it deserves definite good ping pong on the heat there. So we've had a 50 period cross a 200 period moving average. The prices have gone up, tested resistance, come back down, test that moving average on that 1 minute time frame. That wouldn't be out with the realms of possibility. Could you call that a test? Well, maybe looking back you would. We've just reached another perspective on the moon. Isn't that nice? As we talk about it here, I would think that it's more likely to go on and test that, if not test the 200 here and put in a higher low on, we could call it a macro structure, but you'd really be taking the piss at that point because this is the 1 minute chart. Though if you're thinking about this and thinking this is your support because you've got previous touches here, well then, my friend, you live in crazy town. If you're looking at this and thinking this is perhaps the most recent low, then I'd say, my friend, are you friends with the guy who lives in crazy town? Or do you live here too? Because that was on the end of a high and here was our previous low, and this fits in with this fashion of 3 troughs and whatnot. We've talked about this before a number of times. Rather go left and say, well, there was a touch of bullishness to this move, especially when you go up here onto the higher time frames and you look at the lows and you look at the lows in your RSI and you see the price action that much lower and you think, hey, there's some bullish divergence. And you think, that's the low then. Let's come in and see if we make it up for your 2 free 6s. And on the way, you'll go through a little story, and that story will look like this. With a little bit of orange, a wee touch of red, and then a number of yellow and blue bits. And that's the path lit ahead for you, folks. Lit ahead in a very easy way to follow and delivered in a lovely, lovely, softly spoken way. So, that is that. And let's watch it bounce off our moving averages and do what we say. Or shall we go over and look at something else and come back to that and see how it's performed in the meantime? Let's do that then. Let's get to it, Jamie. Baby, AMC. Diddle-ding. You went for it when we weren't looking, and then you did your boo-boo and your nappy, and now you need it cleaned. That's no problem. Come on, we'll clean it for you. Right here. You little blue boo-boo, you silly boo-boo. You're such a silly boo-boo, AMC, aren't you? Oh, yes, you are. Now, shut up, you are. Right. So what you're going to do then is stay above this lower level of support. You want to get out above this, which is now going to start looking like resistance if you don't break it soon. Your 50 period moving average coming in there on the 15-minute time frame. It does give you pause for thought, doesn't it? It's something that I would think about. I'd pause, I'd look at it, and I'd say, if that was a set of traffic lights, it would be orange. Just like that 50 period moving average is orange. Jamie, is there something going on here? Is there some logical reason to the craziness? No, there isn't. Right, okay, above it, you've got also this other level of resistance, which is also where your 200 simple period moving average comes in at. It's red. You know what red means, don't you? Go, go, go. That's what red means. So, and as you can see, you've got these other levels above here that are also marked out in red, which clearly also mean go, don't they? Because that's what that means, right? So, you're also looking left at this point, thinking your horizontal resistance, that area above you that would be most significant, is at 41.50, and below you this area that you want to be putting in like positive price action, as you've already put in lower lows than it, would come in at around 38.70. That's $38.70 American centimos. Below that, you've got the extension that you've already reached to once on this move. We talked about it. It did it. Congratulations, us. You're 2.414. And then the extension, if you go any further, the next one to look to is 2.618. It comes in at 37.09, but likely 37.88 would be your support at that level. For the first touch on it, you would expect. But before you get there, you could see your RSI is putting in some form of recovery. Let's see it persist above the bearish control zone there. Your ADX is turning up. You've got something going on Rocky's DMI, and you might possibly soon get across on your momentum indicator at the bottom. Go up there and just stick it on the hourly and see. Yeah, you're also managing to recover from this drop here. Well, your RSI is trying to, in any case. You can see that your ADX is not arrested its decline completely, nor have you got a positive trend. And you can see that that was an awful lot of effort to put in to slow the turn, slow the tide and turn the ship at this point. That point being below the 200 period moving average and still below the 50 period on the 1 hour. And both of those things are significant and neither of them are good. And then let's go up 4 hour. Holding the 200 period moving average. You know what you said about that. That means go, go, go. We've also got these lines of resistance now that they will be support while you recover, open and close above them on this 4 hour now. Having put in that drop, let's see the return volley. Oh, you come above the gain on the 4 hour, you're out of your bearish control zone. That's positive and might lead to quick moves should you go to the top side. I don't think you'll get that full move all the way up to 46. I don't think you'll get to 44. I think you're still looking at 41.50 until such times as you've conquered that level, at which point you probably have other things to do in your RSI, and you may then get a more positive picture on your trend as represented by Rocky Outcrop's version of the DMI. And looking down below on the momentum indicator, you've got nothing very positive to talk about there, not really. And the other things I could talk about get my naughty messages on the internet, so I'll avoid that. I'll avoid that for today. Going to the daily time frame. So you've made it out of this formation. Excellent news. You've made it above your 50 period moving average. You've got your 200 period on the daily and your 50 period, sorry, on the 4 hour, you've got your 200. And on the daily, you've got your 50 period moving average. Both of those price action above them. Very positive to see this body close on this line of support. You've got your wicks touching your top level of resistance. That's because I drew those lines, and the force and power of my lines are now undeniable, unstoppable, and in and of their own right, proving the validity of technical analysis on those stocks most hardest to do it on, according to its biggest doubters. Suck my balls. And then that's your AMC TA. On to something else on the list, shall we? Rolls Royce. Let's have a little piece of your Rolls Royce, please. Okay. No problem. Let's look at it. Well, would you look at that? That's quite nice, isn't it? Jamie knows his stuff. 147.48. So now I can say officially, I'll say it now on the big screen. I'll say it now officially. Congratulations if you listen to me when I advised you about what I would be doing with respect to Rolls Royce. You're now officially up 100% on that position. A sustainable, relaxed, incredibly profitable trade, which today we celebrate being up 100% from its initial recommendation. Fantastic news there. Fantastic news, yes. Very much. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. That's us looking at it on the daily time frame. That's not taking the piss. That's the daily time frame. And that's Rolls Royce. And that's changing the fucking world. That's what that is. Changing your life. Changing your life. What do you want to know about it? Well, they make jets. They make jet engines. Those jet engines, even they would find the trajectory of that takeoff impressive. They'd say, that fucking ace, by the way. That's what they'd say. They'd say, holy shit, you see that? That was incredible. And they'd say, where do you think it's going, right? And what they do is they go like this and they say, well, you'd have to ask GME, right? And he'd do this, right? He'd do this. He'd go, hum, and he'd slap it on the weekly time frame and he'd go, hum. You see where that's going, right? You see where that's going, other than like testing this area at 129.40 at some point. Where that's going, right? It's called up your bum. That's where it's going, folks. You heard it here first. Rolls Royce is officially going up your bum. So that's covered Rolls Royce for today. And what else do we look at? Well, it's a nice segue, isn't it, to take us into Naked. Naked up 21.4% today. That's quite nice. That's quite a lovely price. 8.83. Well, congratulations. congratulations. We worked out there last week that the average entry price for people who watch this channel on Naked was 53. I think it was 53, and it's now at 83. After hours, it's actually 84.50. So if you didn't like Rolls Royce up your bum, you are not going to like the fact that Naked is doing what it's doing. So that's a bit fucked up, right? So excellent news. Naked totally and utterly killing it. And if you want to know more about specific targets, well, I hope you subscribe to Rocky Outcrop. Fucking incredible show that it is. And if you want, you can support me here by being a channel member. I noticed that it went down there last week by a huge chunk for some reason. I think that giving everybody the thing there reminded people, and they're like, what? Fucking hell. Oh my goodness. And then they disappeared. Or you can support me on Patreon. It's very much appreciated as well. It's lovely over there too. Have you checked it out? This really is exclusive things on offer there over on the Patreon offered by myself. Very exclusive things. That's not a joke. They are. And yeah, so excellent. And then we'll go back into the charts. Did I get Naked up? That was on the big screen, was it? No. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I'm going out of my head. Bow, bow, boo boo, bow bow. There he is. There he is. There is Jameson. Oh yes. Chemical Brothers question mark. Curry Bing Bong. Close. Very close. Observe thyself with the answer. So yes. 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 Yes, all legitimate. All legitimate. No problems. Please do piss myself. I am feeling a little emotional today. Sarah! 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 Sarah, if you say 3 times at the top of your voice, Tradespotting is the best show on YouTube. Tradespotting is the best show on YouTube. Like that, over and over and over. 3 times at the top of your voice. Then we'll do it next. Jamie, could you take a look at Ford? Ford, ticker symbol F. I've done well these past few days, thanks to you sharing your knowledge. Now, about this profit-taking business. LFG. 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 Justin. Oh shit, I'm on the camera again. I better stop being. That wasn't me. Who did that? I don't know who did that. Ford Motor Company. What did they do? They knew of something. Yeah, that's a nice wee trend on the weekly. I like it. No problem here. Not that that line was irrelevant, but it was accidental. Taking profits on something like this should be fairly easy. There's a number of places where it'll be interesting. I mean, you can follow it with a stop, and in in this instance, is that okay? Yo creo que es porque, pues, como se dice, cuando it's like, you see, my thing is, what I'm talking about, how I like to do things. You know what you could do, right? You could follow this up with a stop loss and then take profit when it's forced upon you. And when I say that, I mean when you force your strategy upon the markets, Justin. Justin. Isn't this the best show on YouTube? Isn't it, Justin? Isn't it, Justin? Right, so you've got your 50-period moving average coming in at around their line of control as demarked by your VPVR. You can see that your most recent low there had a very violent positive reaction, not just a pincer recovery, but then some. Let's take the Fibonacci's out, sticking with this weekly time frame and say this high, just low, and let's make sure we get it in there because it's got a hefty little drop on it. Do you want to come back, mate? I just didn't mean to drop you forever, right? Aye. So that was your low, and you absolutely decimated the recovery when it went through the 236. That'll teach you to bet against Ford, right? If you're betting against Ford, when things like this happen, you're a fucking idiot. That's been the way for a number of 100 years or something. If you keep that, like, so the first people who did this stupid short in Ford when it was on the edge they're all dead, and so are the children. Now, if you're doing it, the same fate. Well, is that what you want? Is that what you want? Because that's what will happen. Sure, you could actually look at it in another way and say, yeah, you know, maybe it was due and that, and like, that wasn't due. Like, who are you talking to? That was not due. But we all know about that, right? credit to Ford back then. Did a lot that a lot of companies didn't do. Ford did. Good job, Ford. Has to be said. When a lot of companies like didn't do the right thing, Ford did. Ford did the right thing. Anyway, long story short, Ford are good. Ford might not be, Ford are alright. I've not got a problem with Ford. I kind of find a lot of respect. Right, so your line of control comes in here. You're above that, very positive. On top side of this, you've got like an obvious take profit area, just based on current trends, right? Just, should prices make it up there again? You've already put in this high. When you make it to there again, should you? That's like not very far away. That comes in at, what is it, 1633. Should you make it there again, you'd be hard pushed to convince me to hold on to 1815, just because, that's beyond this Fibonacci 786, which is where it might get to, and still yet keep going down, right? And we're looking at a very large time frame here, but I wouldn't be trying to hold it beyond the 786. If I'd got into this below the 200 period moving average, I'd be like laughing at this right now, right? And that would be any trade that you took this before it even broke out, right? After its recovery, anything like that, crazy. I'd be holding on to that. A stop loss would be following me up the way. But if we got up here again, I'd take a big chunk of profit off. Would do I? That's just looking at the horizontals and that huge Fibonacci there. And let's just ignore everything from before 2008, because go fuck yourselves, right? The way that went down, that's absolute bollocks. And congratulations, Ford. So this is what they managed to do since then. They got forced down again here. And we all know what that was about, right? Fuck. Sure, it was like things were tough, or were they? At least that was the news. And a number of good decisions were made in and around here for their benefit, and then still, despite that, all the way down, and a 50% retrace from your highs off this previous low. A 50% retrace. Was it really half as bad as what is that there? No, not at all. It's not at all like that. Especially because of the made in America nature of Ford in the first place. That was the fucking bargain. Holy goodness, that's such a bargain. And one for the good guys. And then he came back up and, we say, 786 on that previous Fibonacci. You could then go on up to your 886 and say you're following it with stop losses. Then you don't need to make the difficult decision oh shit, does it go on some more? Which, that there's always the re-entry. If you're not planning on re-entering, then, and you still believe the price is going to go up, then you've got to factor the TA into your decision in that sense, right? Now, so I'm not giving you financial advice, nor is the TA in any way guaranteed to happen in any particular time frame that suits your trading. So bear that in mind with whatever instrument you might be using, and if it has some sort of limit on it and decay, in which case it'll add an extra element of risk, and those risks are things you'd like to avoid, and that's what you may find useful in this. Should you make it beyond those previous levels and you're following it with a stop, and your stop at the minute might either be, depending on where you got in, at the 200 period moving average. This is a weekly time frame. We're not going to. You said you did well the last couple of days, right? Well, this isn't really all that relevant. I'll go talk about the top side then. Your 50 period moving average on the weekly time frame comes in at $12 and what do you want to call that? 14 cents or something. And so that's maybe all that's relevant to you. Down at the 3-day. Got a positive cross on your 200s, made it up a chunk, and it's a positive slope again on the 3-day, very positive slope on the 50 period moving average. And because of the nature of this move, I wouldn't necessarily say it is over. It does look like it'll go, depending on where the retrace takes you. It does look like this is going to keep going, and that you'll see at 18.15. Does look like that there. Down at the daily time frame, that isn't. This is though. Bounced off your 200. That's a trend check on a daily time frame. You've come back and you've tested your positive test of your horizontal support, which was previously resistance, and where you broke down from. So great. And then you went across, tested this, as we said, 786. close enough is near enough. And near enough is good enough for Jamie. 200 period, check. Back above the 250 period. Let's see that actually. Zoom in, see it. What has it done? Right, well, you're not going to get that many. 1, 2, 3. Mostly wick. And then a fourth. Right, so that was like against the odds. Good move on your RSI. Could easily have recovered just the center line, retested the 50 period, but went on some massive strength of trend, getting the momentum behind it, even though it already had the signal. Very good trade, that. 12 hour, just because we're here, bounce off the 200. Nice jump up after that. Nice. 3 higher lows. Third one outside the bullet pairs control zone. Whole time your positive trends in the sensei, and then you've got your momentum again. This is killing it at the minute. 4 hour. Aye, there you go. You're coming in for a positive cross as well now, so you'll get a test of that. You know, and then you're looking left on this time frame, and you can see your resistance is actually in and around body close, body close 1340, wick high 1474. Looking left, that's important. It's going to be hard to beat that. And then if you did break in 1490, even more difficult. And then your line of control 1495, you're not going to break that. So like that's where I would take profit. You go across here, you can see what's actually most of the trades that have come in have been buys in around this level. Yeah, you're going to get another test at either of the 200 or the 50. That'll be like your next entry on this is 1340 to 1350. Perhaps, and that maybe as high as 1370. Well, it's not all that crazy, right? 1370, and then what do you want to take profit here? Well, it is a big chunk away percentage wise. But what are you aiming for above that level there on this time frame? It seems that would be a bit of a stretch. So horizontal, looking left. You've not got much on it, not much chocolate on your biscuit for a retrace here. But depending on where you came from, which you may have told me and I haven't noticed because I've not been reading the chat. Yeah, so yeah, but I think that like, this will probably keep going actually, and you're looking at getting it up 1492 or something like that. Maybe not though. Maybe your highest is 1450, in which case I'd take profit at 1450. I'd follow it with a stop. Anything else that I had left on the table, which I'd have like my stop at like 1319, and then if I was looking for a re-entry on this, I suspect that would be the same stop I'd use, and I'd add back whatever I wanted on my position at about 1350, and hope that I kept this. Got that same strategy again with like moving the stops and taking profit, in which case your next level to take profit is 1546, and then like a tiny chunk at 1640, and then you're looking up at that 18 level should it actually get there, which is a bit of a stretch here without any sort of retest on those higher time frames, as we covered when we were going through them. This one, boom, something similar. You've got the 200 period, 50 period. That signature will likely be the same, and the test there, boom, boom, through it onto the 50, kept going. That's good. Just while we're here, and let me see the nature of how this behaved. I'll also have a quick look at the Bollinger Bands. Dum dum, the Bollinger Bands. Dum dum da. Oh ooh, you can be not orange, thanks. Aye. You know, like if you were trading this and got in it at, say, for example, when was the good sign? Good signal. Here, this maybe one would have been one. At 1330, 1340. Here's like a good signal to enter a trade on that, right? That was a good one. And then before that, where? here. And then here, so like 1260 to 1272 would have taken that. And then previous to that, I wouldn't have taken a trade since here. So, right, one of those 2 or 3 entries here likely, in which case you're not wanting to hold it till it comes back to your entry point and that, and you're not going to follow it with a stop anywhere lower. So you'll have your stop at 1394 or 1389. That's where I'd have my stop at if I entered at any of those most recent places. 1389, I'd have it there, or else I'd take profit on it when it, like here now, like I open tomorrow. And then where I'd be looking for a retrace is I'd look for it as like a stop loss beyond 1335 and an entry somewhere around 1360 and that, and somewhere around there. And I'd take that for a continuation because it looks like it to me. It may be on different time frames, different picture on RSI at that point, but this looks good. And that test of that area would be a test of lots of important things, and it would be the signature that I went through before when it was over here. And also it does look like that it's extended quite a lot based on its own behavior when it's previously reached Bollinger Bands, what it seems to do. So like some sort of a retrace likely, but I wouldn't take everything off the table because it may go up again in that area. Like it looks good up there, 18 spot 15. So that is forward. It wasn't on the book of records. Justin, and you got to dance. Jesus, jeepers, jokers. Whoever that was. NTS, we're going to look at NTS. We could do it. We're going to have to hurry up about this since we're going to do them like that. And it's not fucking... Euro next, Oslo. That's what you're talking about. Nanotech Security Corp, that'll be it. Hey, you sound ridiculous, mate. Oh, holy shit, look at that. That's some bullshit, isn't it? What is this all about then? 125 is its high. Gapped up from 76 cents to its high is 125. And on the 20th of March last year, it was down at 19 cents, right? So you could have got it for sub 20 and you could have sold it for 125, which took you a year and a bit, but and then what and so you're looking at this and like here's significant price action at these levels before it dropped down again. So like I wonder about the liquidity of this thing, you know, how many people have it and are actually selling it. Really, let me see. Woo doo doo. Doodle doo doo. Do you want to just give me the options? I can't get it right. Well, more than was previously, but not incredible amounts. Don't know how much. Like at the end of this trend, absolutely very little, to be honest. RSI, yeah, sure, it fell down right there, and that's not crazy that like ADX is just foolish. That's like says this thing's sort of like may quite actually be full of shit. The gap at 75 does seem like super likely to be tested at some stage with this thing. Whether that's successful or not is a different question. 1 hour, you've reached this. Right. Yeah. Right, this is like, because it's been in this shitty range since the 4th of August. And it's just barcoding up here because the liquidity is shit, right? This is even on a, that's what is that, 30 minutes, like hourly, still barcoding. 4 hour has been for since forever. Right. There's not very much can be done on this, right? Other than to say 118 probably bounces and probably takes you back to 122. And there's a trade to be made in that, before which stage this may collapse or go up, which it does. Partly like will be influenced by the fact that going down would take it to fill in this gap at 77, 76, 75 cents, which it will at some point do. It will at some point do that. Whatever takes it there, though, is that the question that then I'd then ask myself is there signs of distribution going on here? And like, yeah, since this initial spike up here, perhaps all of these, like, sure, these are green candles, right? People are executing buy orders on this and that, speculating, but there's people selling it to them. You know, there is. And it's definitely not at that same time breaking through any further levels of resistance. It's not. You know, and it's not coming back and happening at support, you know, so it's not people buying it for the same reasons that you might yourself be buying it. It's people speculating and getting excited, and there's people there willing to sell it to them. So I'm not sure, like, I'm sure they'd sell it to them the whole way up, which makes me wonder how far it would get should it try and break to the upside. So especially when you look left and see it's like reached its horizontal level here. It's not like magic that it stopped at this level and that got nothing below it and nothing above it, and it's just magic that's got it here. No, it's just horizontal here where it broke down in that summer 2018. And that level previously was support before it went up and put in a divergent high, and that. So the charts said that, you know, something was up at this stage, couldn't hold it here, and that was a big test for it, and now it's going to make it again. The same test, it's doing it, and what's it doing at the same time? Possibly distributing. The RSI says that was a big move, and it's not actually doing anything relative to its own previous behavior to take it here yet. We'll go up through the time frames and look at that, but it's not dropped out the bullish control zone, though. Your TI positive has taken a massive downturn, but not your ADX. RSI still, like, I mean, what went on here? What happened between my birthday and the 10th of September on to the 20th? Like, what happened in those 10 days? And then 1 hour, it's like also putting in weakness on the top side here every time it gets anywhere near its top of its own range up here. So like people that are holding it will let it go on again, but they'll also, if it's not doing it, they'll take all your money off you here as well. Not that many people are buying it, but some are. And then your negative trend looks like it may soon get the ascendancy. If it does, it'll take it down to 75. Like, so the trade on this one may be a short position. The area to look for is if it breaks below what, 16? Nah, it's not enough. I'd wait till it broke below 114, and then I'd probably look for a retest, a failure, and a candlestick entry, and then I'd just slap on a really tight stop loss, and I'd get probably easily take that trade, probably make quite a bit of money off it too. I'm going to actually put a little line here and just double check in case it comes up. Have a little look at this. Might go on again afterwards, so I'll make sure I've got a very tight stop loss. But let's have that there, and that'll give me a little bit of a heads up actually if I take it up here. Thank you very much. Okay, excellent. Right, okay, thanks. So I looked at that. Yeah, sharp. Give me it. Yeah, going to execute differently. So that was that one. NTS here. 4G. Have we done AMC? Maybe. I think we did AMC, right? We did Royce, we did Naked. So we do ATER, and then we're fucking flying, by the way. I'm fucking flying if we do ATER. Boom, 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 boom. What have I missed? Have I missed anything? There's Rocky Outcrop. And what else have I missed? Have I missed anything? Let me scroll. Justin. It was that. I did the Justin dance. And then it put everybody else off. Oh well. That, or they were so engrossed in the technical analysis. ATER, is it? Is that what we're looking at next? And then I'll just stop by on the way. With what? Good move there. Drop down there, above your 200 again. Looking left, you're at support. What does it do? What does it do? Told you what it would do. Get back inside this triangle and then come out the edge of it. Yay! So what does it do next? Look left. Does it go back to 1140, 1170? Does it go on up to 13 bucks and change? Does it? Does it? Where's ATER? We're looking for it. It's in here, isn't it? It's just, there it is. Sneaky little. So on your and my 1 hour time frame, slip below the 50 period moving average, though it's tracing it up. That's on the lower side of it, which isn't positive. You're below the 236. No, you're below the 236. It comes in at 12.51. You're at 12.45. Post market 12.28. So you're below the 236. Your 382 comes in at $9.44. So that would be the next place to look to. It would be a high or low. Should you be looking at this and then say this is a lower high, and perhaps this is a pennant, and that sort of thing might be possible. Looks like a reformation, like with a recovery and then accumulation, up at resistance. That sort of picture might come true. And then it would look something like this after time evolved. There's your supply line, and then your demand line coming in somewhere from when you broke support. So say somewhere around here, and that being a low. I know it's only got 2 touches on it, but like, save me the time of going fucking through it and whatnot. You learn after a while, right, that how to draw these lines, the demand lines at the bottom, where they might actually start from, and it's horizontal breakout and that sort of levels where you take it from, not like some random one of these fucking candles and then just making it mixed with these ones here and that, which is what some people might be taking trades on this, and they're going to end up losing money because they'll be fucking pattern traders and they'll be doing stupid stuff like that. Well, it's had 2, and this is the 3rd one. It's like, well, there's no confirmation that that's going to stop there, so it's not a touch. Also, they might have then done it like from like this one here and then through that other one there, and I'd be like, well, this is like a descending triangle. It's like, no, it isn't. And then they might draw it through there and be like, well, it's just body, it's not wicks. And it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, you can only do so much, and you can only say so much to these people anyway. So it's something like that there, and you're likely looking at a test of this either at the 200 period moving average at this demand line, or at the 382 here. And like, I'd take it at the 382 at $9.44, and we'll call it $9.50. That's where I'd take that. And I'd be looking for it to make a move back up to in and around these levels here, 13.50 or something. Should it get that entry and that exit, that'd be a nice wee trade on it alone. More to be done on it, possibly. Depends on what it does when it holds that 200 period moving average. Go up of time frames here. In 4 hour, you can see the 250 have crossed, and you can, at that stage, does the cross to be successful or not? Well, I don't know. $10.37 might be where you're looking at that and think, well, here I don't want the 382, I want this, but like that would be your wick low, and like then you'll be looking at managing that with a stop loss with low as fuck risk down at $9 and like or $8.99 or something, right? That where your stop would be. You'd get an amazing low risk entry. You get up. It sounds like you're catching the knife, but you're not with a stop loss there, and you're looking at this trade thinking could easily get back within this formation. That itself go on again. All the people who got it wrong, thinking it was the 50 period here or the 200 on the previous or the demand line, what it looks like on the smaller time frames, but actually it's that horizontal in this area of this potential retrace here. Once you first fell out of that, looking left, you can see there's also this area at around $11.98. Some people look to be entering there. I think that's one test of that. That's maybe all you're getting. And then that high, that'll be where they sold it. So the second one, nah. I'd look for this 950. That's what I'd be thinking about ATER at that point, maybe then. And then, even then, it's very risky. It's very risky. Where have all my drawings gone? I would have had loads of drawings on this fucking thing. Have I really planned on getting it down there? No. What's going on with this? Where's all my drawings gone? Jen, where's my drawings gone on this, Jen? Jen asked me about this before. Horizontals there, you've got your gaps filled nice, you've got these lower highs, fine, it's positive accumulation, you've got these lower highs on your side, that's fine, it's the bottom side here, it's always above any bearishness, and you've got flux, but you're still a dominant trend, and then you've got signs there, sneaky signs that the momentum is maybe on the top side, and this is a bullish move. There's no fuck all strength in the bears, this looks like it's going up. What's next? Somehow any made it onto the list again. Up 14.5%, above your 200, your 50 class below your 200 period moving average in 1 hour. It's a bearish cross. You've got a bearish slope on your 50 period on 4 hour, along with your 200 reaching 236 there. This move itself is bearishly divergent. It's on the top side, and you have increasing momentum to the down, so I expect this one will return back down and give up most of the move and come back down to like $4.50, $4.60, $4.75, $4.69. Sounds nice. $4.69. That's what you got to take that, right? You got to take that $4.69. That's the next entry on that, and you'll get a bounce that probably takes you somewhere back to $6.30, and that'll be a huge percentage move, and that's the way to trade this over the next wee while. If not, you're looking at that as a breakdown from your 200, and you're thinking your next level is not the 236, but manage it with a stop and following this all the way back down to, very least $2.50. Perhaps at that point you take profit and then move your stop to 330 or around there. Follow it down, right? Get completely fucked. And that's the TA on any. What are they called? Sphere 3D Corp. Oh, these guys again. So that's it. What else did we look at? Naked, and we were laughing about it. We'll go there and look at what he's doing after hours. Because he got a comment there. I just caught at the corner of my eye. Where is it? You're annoying me now. I gotta colour you like this, don't I? Because I own you, some of you. Right, what's it doing after hours? 8,990. Fantastic. Go take a look at Nips, Tradespotting. Aye. Who's Nips? Yours? Are they holders of Naked? This looks good. It's reached this supply line here. So bear that in mind, my Naked friends. And yeah, naked after hours, minute after minute, hour after hour. Thanks so much for everybody who tuned in and enjoyed the tunes. Everybody who asked for TA, I hope you feel like you got good value. And everybody who's tuning in, I hope you found there was lessons to learn. And everybody got time to ask me questions. I tried to get all of them as much as I could, be good about it all, and very democratic. Didn't put anybody ahead of anybody else or any particular reason. And covered Ford, NTS, ATER, Naked, Royce, Any, and whatever else. Maybe didn't get around to some, but they were always on the maybe list at the best of times. I was Tradespotting, add me to your Monday milk. And feel free to clip any of these little bits of TA and share them anywhere where people care about these things. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Aye, that's me. I've got all the music I paid for, so that's it. Can't play anymore. And you know what it's like. It says, easy come, easy go. Forget these precious jewels. All these precious jewels and anything. Give them away. Give all of them away. Easy come, easy go. Thank you. Good to see you in chat there, Rocky. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. And Friday's video, it was amazing. Trade Solutions Fridays. We also had a second video. We went into Trade Solutions Saturdays. Trade Sploshing. But by goodness, and we got some good tunes and we had a good time. And that it was brilliant. But then afterwards, it was too good, eh? It was too good. And despite how it would have been excellent, like how it would have grown the channel and how so many clips from it would have been made, and it would have been epic, one of the best ever live streams on YouTube. It was so good, I thought, like, let's just share it. The moment we had with everybody that was there and watched it together, it was brilliant. Thanks so much. I enjoyed it all. Everyone, thanks. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again. Also, if you've already left and you missed out on, well, we'll do some GME TA, will we? Look, it looks like they've got a 50% retrace. It could go on back down to this golden pocket here. Looks like it quite reasonable there to test around 175 and then bounce up, and we'll test our previous highs at around 225 again. Let's go through something like that. I haven't put in, like, you know, some sort of test here, like 50% of our previous move, recovered it, and that, going through it. Corey Bing Bong had a good idea about a Gartley. I saw that on Rocky's channel earlier. Really good. Whoa, huge donation. Don't want anything. You're a legend, bro. Thanks. Wow. That's so much. Rector. Freaking right, miss. Blew her freaking ass off. That's who it is. It's yourself. Wow, what a nice thing. Well, you just made my Monday. Thanks so much. It's really appreciated. You're a legend, mate. Cheers. Thanks so much. Thanks everybody like yourself. Thank you and everybody like you for all the things you do.